Well,
and to correct that gentleman from yesterday, and I'm not going to keep talking about this, but and when you're ignorant and you don't know what happened, that's fine to make statements. Everyone can make a statement. Everybody's got opinions, just like other things. But I was robbed, and then chased and assaulted. So I wasn't the aggressor. And I was not filming. And if my phone wasn't dead, I have two phones, one for communications and one for recording. One's a high-end phone, another one's just a basic phone. If my phone wasn't dead, because I was just at a scene where a motorcycle had ran over a child, and that incident, I think it was.
Yeah, the Chick-fil-A.
And, right, and so if my phone wasn't dead, I possibly might have been getting some video, but my phone was dead.
Yeah.
They just happened to see me, targeted me because of what I do.
Yes.
Because I bring the news forward. They screamed out, "Hey, it's Florida Reporter," and whacked my phone out of my hands. I got a bad habit of keeping my phone in my hand and hanging out the damn window, which is stupid in itself. So I just want him to if he's going to make statements, I'd like him to be a little bit more informed. I sent you the 911 call. You can clearly hear them assaulting my vehicle and smashing out my rear windows and me desperately trying to get away. And at first, I called the police, and I was behind them, but the traffic was only going about 5 to 10 miles an hour because they had the roads blocked.
Right.
It wasn't like some high-speed chase.
No.
You know what I mean? And once they started attacking my vehicle, and I was on 911, the dispatcher told me, "You got to get away from them. Don't follow them." So I said, "Yes, sir." And I tried to flee, and they just wouldn't, let it go.
No, I hear you. And it puts you in
so I want people to understand, I'm not trying to play the victim here. Anytime I've been involved in any situation that I was at fault, I'm the first person to say, "Hey, this is what I did wrong, and I'm going to try and do better." But in this case, I really can't think of anything else I could have done.
No. Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
You got robbed, and they accosted you because of who you were, and they were probably afraid you would get a plate number or something.
There's a 15-second video that shows my car going through an intersection and crashing into a wall. And what happened is the bikes got ahead of me. They blocked off the street, and it was either ram through them or take that right. And it was a bad judgment because there was sand on the road. I got pictures. And the car, in the 911 call, you can hear the tire screeching, me trying to stop. And it split through the intersection. I was trying to stop.
Yeah.
I was trying to take the turn, and when it started losing control, I tried to stop, which you know what happens when you're sliding, you put your brakes on, it becomes worse.
Yeah. Well, you unfortunate that you crashed, but at least you didn't run over the guys. I mean, nobody wanted to.
No, listen, that obviously, there's just some young punks doing stupid stuff,
right,
and whatever. But the fact that by the way, for your information, the 72-year-old that got charged and cited after he was assaulted by these ATV riders is the same officer that cited me.
Really? Yeah. Maybe he's good.
Really? So, and I've spoken to many police officers, and they told me right to my face they wouldn't have cited me. They don't understand what's going on or why. And clearly, when I was there, I have I got proof. I'm not putting it out there. All the officers there were saying, "Hey, you should have ran them over."
Yeah. Well,
where would I be now if I did that?
Yeah, probably in jail.
So unless I could sprout wings out of my butt and fly away, what else could I have done?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. And the message they're sending to these punks, You know what I mean?
Well,
I don't know.
it's a tough job being an investigative reporter, and you're on the scene. You can expose criminals, and that's what they don't
Right,
want.
and it's a tough job to be an officer too. I'm not
Yeah.
pointing. Listen, it's easy to point your fingers and just say police, police. I'm not. Listen, there are bad police and there are good police.
Yes.
Okay, and the majority of them are excellent human beings. They go above and beyond, and I see it every day.
Yeah,
okay?
great guys.
And I'm here to defend them to the end. You know what I mean? They deserve to be paid well. They deserve to go home safe to their wives and husbands or whatever. And they deserve to have the best equipment. And I'm always fighting for that, okay? I'm not a police hater. But there is bad policing and there is good policing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I personally think in a community with what's going on, we need to send a message to these punks because they're driving around like they own it.
Yeah.
They were out the first good weather yesterday. They're driving around like it's legal.
Yeah.
I got to pay $5,000 a year for insurance, right?
Yeah.
I get into an accident, my step goes up, and I got to pay even more. These guys get to drive around in their ATVs while everybody else is paying their taxes and their excise, and these guys get to drive around like it's like the world is theirs, the world's their oyster.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and communities are trying to deal with it. I hear you, brother, and stay safe out there. And at least you got your word out.
They
right?
know who the players are because when an officer got run over, they got that guy within hours.
Well, yeah, they had to get the.
They know who the players are. They know the guys riding these bikes. Okay, they're not allocating enough time, money, or effort into it, and that stems from the mayor and the chief.
No, it's an exercise in futility. There's lawsuits.
I know, but at the end of the day, the buck stops at the mayor's office on 6th floor, and that's the reality. I mean, the lack or the attempt of doing something comes from him or stems from there. I mean, the money comes from somewhere. Well, I know I know the taxpayers and the homeowners are the ones paying for it all. I know that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, Carlos.
Have a good one.
Take care, buddy. I don't know what they can do about it. No other community knows how to solve the problem, but I don't know. What do you do? You can't just run them off the road and chase them. They'll go down sideways, sidewalks, and you'll end up killing an innocent person. It's just not worth it. I don't know what to do with them, except when they do. They do act, and I think the chief said they took some 24 off the street so far. So it's not like they get out there. The chief, every time they stop one of these guys and or sees a ATV, he's going to go stand on the steps of City Hall with the mayor and say, hey, we got 2 more this week. They got more important things to do, quite frankly.